Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am very good, thank you.
Yeah, welcome to the Global Virtual Summit 2025, Rhonda.
Thank you.
Yeah, before going to your session, I would like to introduce you to our audience.
Thank you.
Yeah, Dr. Rhonda R. Farrell is recognized as a global innovation strategist and transformation leader with over 2 decades of experience in cybersecurity, public policy, and entrepreneurship. She has collaborated across sectors to build inclusive business ecosystems that foster opportunity and sustainable growth. As the founder of Global Innovation Strategies, she provides strategic guidance to governments, startups, and nonprofit on digital transformation and ecosystem development. Dr. Farrell is also a respected speaker, author, and mentor. Her mission centers on empowering women entrepreneurs to succeed locally and scale globally. That was a fantastic bio, Rhonda, and stage is all yours.
Thank you so very much. Can you just share with me how I reach my slides, though? It says I'm sharing, but I'm not seeing my, there
Yeah.
we go. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, so good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone, wherever you are around the world. And I'm so grateful for the Global Virtual Summit 2025 team to give me the opportunity to share this with you today. It's truly an honor to be here with you today to talk about something that lies at the heart of inclusive economic development and long-term business resilience, and that's building sustainable ecosystems for women founders. Our guiding belief at Global Innovation Strategies is this: where women lead, ecosystems flourish. And today I want to show you how we can make that belief a reality, locally, nationally, and globally. We're not just going to talk about challenges or theory. My goal is really to equip you with frameworks and real world models that are actionable ideas that you can implement in your organization, your community, or your ecosystem development efforts. Whether you're an entrepreneur, ecosystem leader, policymaker, educator, or corporate ally, you have a vital role to play. This session is about rethinking how we build businesses, how we build systems, and most importantly, how we build each other up. So let's get straight to it. Capital in and of itself alone is not enough. Too often, the dialogue around supporting women entrepreneurs starts and stops with funding. But I've seen firsthand around government, nonprofit, and private sectors that funding without the supporting community behind it is a very short-term solution, because entrepreneurs do not thrive in isolation. They thrive in networks. They grow through shared learning, through mentorship, through the visibility and confidence that comes from being seen and supported, and most of all, interconnected. Strong ecosystems provide not just capital, but training, exposure, resilience, and most of all, strategic guidance. They help build businesses, weather economic shocks, navigate policy changes, and help entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and business leaders scale into new markets. And for women entrepreneurs who often face additional systemic barriers, these networks are not just helpful, they are essential. So think about your own business or community. Which of those networks helped you grow the most? Who saw your potential before anybody else did, or did the world did? That's really the power of an ecosystem. So really what we need to do is we need to examine ways that we can layer our support. It's really a strategic moves that the ecosystem would include personnel across all of these different layers, because one layer alone doesn't create systemic change. Imagine building a house with only a foundation or only a roof. It's infeasible. It just doesn't work. And so we need to put our own entrepreneur and ecosystems house in order to make it successful for the collective. So at the local level, what support looks like might be grassroots networks, peer mentorship, and culturally relevant programs. These spaces create trust. They offer safety and belonging, and they allow women to test ideas and build up their confidence levels. Next might come the national level. This is where we see accelerators, procurement programs, and innovation grants. These programs help translate local wins into national scale. They offer legitimacy, funding, and access to broader markets. And then finally, there is a global level. Here we're talking about trade platforms, impact investing, and digital marketplaces, because these are the mechanisms that allow a founder in Baltimore to Bogota to reach clients in Brussels or Bangkok. All these layers matter. And most importantly, they must work synergistically across all layers for the collective to be as successful as they can. So let's talk about a few case studies where they're hitting it out of the park with regard to these collective ecosystems. She Trades is an initiative by the International Trade Center. This program supports women entrepreneurs in over 25 countries. It does more than connect them to marketplace. It equips them with digital tools, training, and international exposure. Their B2B matchmaking efforts are backed by policy and private sector partnerships. What's unique about She Trades is the comprehensive, interrelated design. It's not just about the funding, and it's not just about the networking, but the full pipeline of support, from capacity building to contract negotiation and beyond. It reminds us that to access global trade, we should not think of it as a privilege. It, in and of itself, should be a possibility for every capable founder, solopreneur, entrepreneur, or business leader around the globe. Another case study that really brings this idea home is We Connect International. They focus on certifying women-owned businesses and connecting them to global corporate supply chains. Why might this be significant in the short, medium, and long term? Because corporate procurement remains a largely untapped space for women entrepreneurs. Less than 1% of global corporate spend goes to women-owned businesses. Wow, talk about a huge opportunity space that is completely unrealized in a lot of global arenas. So 𝐕𝐈𝐑𝐾onnect has really helped women become contract ready, meeting the compliance and operational standards that large buyers require. It's a great example of how private sector commitment can help close equity gaps in our key entrepreneurship supply chains. So another example of this is public sector innovation, Startup Chile. So let's look at the role that government plays. One of my favorite examples is that Startup Chile provides not only capital, but startup visas, membership, and an inclusive innovation culture. It not only promotes government, but it proves that it doesn't just regulate entrepreneurship, it can enable it. By embedding inclusivity into innovation policy, Startup Chile empowers women founders to launch and scale ventures with institutional support. This model should and can and hopefully will inspire other nations to be both pro-growth and pro-equity. And another private sector innovation is Goldman Sachs 10,000 Women's Initiative, who offers business education, access to capital, and mentoring for women entrepreneurs globally, especially in developing economies. A huge focus on private sector support for innovation and sustainable growth. What's powerful about this model is it focuses on global growth. It's not just about short-term revenue boosts. It's about medium and longer term financial literacy, impact, and building confidence in economic participation around the globe. In many cases, graduates of the program become members themselves, thus creating a positive and proactive cycle of impact for generations out into the future. And lastly, we're looking at data-driven takeaways, and that's MasterCard MIWE, because what gets measured gets managed. That's why data-driven models like the MasterCard Index of Women Entrepreneurs are so important, because it ranks countries based on entrepreneurial progress. It highlights their strengths, and most important, shows us where the gaps are in finance, in education, and most of all, in policy. It's a tool that enables smarter investment and more inclusive program design. Because if we're serious about building equity across the globe, especially for women founders, we need to stop designing it in silos and in non-transparent ways. We need insights like these to inform how and where we build, to open up the aperture for a greater success for all. So in our key results and takeaway areas, what we can learn from these models is that access to markets is everything. If women founders can't sail at scale, they can't grow. Second, resiliency during disruption is ecosystem powered. When COVID hit, it wasn't the biggest businesses that survived. It was the best connected businesses. Third, policy and privacy partnerships magnify the impact that we can make together around the globe, because mentorship, procurement readiness, and digital literacy all thrive with cross-sector collaboration. Fourth, data matters. It helps us to invest wisely and to measure our progress overall. Because lastly, ecosystems are not optional. They should be non-negotiable for your sustainable and scalable success. So what does the ecosystem roadmap look like going forward for you and your organization after this session? How can you put this information into action? Here's a simple roadmap that might help guide your efforts forward as you look to go further faster. The first is to start local. Support your own community-based programs, because trust building happens when you're up close to the people that you matter most to. Layer up. Align yourself with accelerators, government programs, and capital networks so that you can gain access to the wisdom, knowledge, and most of all, the opportunity that exists now and moving forward. And lastly, scale smart. You can use global platforms, trade networks, and digital communities to expand your reach without losing your authenticity. Growth doesn't have to be about burnout and or disconnection. Done right, scaling can be strategic, highly inclusive, and sustainable with greater success for all. So what is our call to action? I want to leave you with this today. Everyone, all across the globe, no matter where you fall into that layered strata, has a role in ecosystem building. If you're a founder, you can seek out communities that nurture your growth, not just fund it. If you're a policymaker, you can prioritize inclusive innovation in your budget and policy frameworks. If you're an investor or corporate leader, you can look at your procurement processes, supply chains, and look at how to mentor best to enable greater tools for equity building. And if you're a mentor or a coach, remember, your experience is someone else's bridge to the breakthrough they've been trying to have. Together, we can change the statistics. Together, we can grow our ecosystems where every woman founder and not only can survive, but actually thrive all across the globe. So I thank you today for your time, for your attention, and most of all, for your commitment to this vital global movement. If you would like to collaborate, support, or start a conversation on these very important topics, please reach out to me and my team at Global Innovation Strategies, because we're here to build with you. Let's make sure the future of entrepreneurship is global, inclusive, and boldly female. Again, I'm Dr. Rhonda, the Success Strategist, bringing you today our phenomenal session on where women lead and ecosystems flourish.
Yes, Dr. Ronna, that was a wonderful presentation.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak with you and be part of this wonderful Global Virtual Summit 2025. I hope this session was informative and empowering to your global women founders and entrepreneurs around the world.
Yeah, thank you, Ronna. We have a few questions from our audience.
Thank you.
I would like to ask you one of them.
Yes.
Yeah. How can women stay included in the AR tech shift?
One more time, please. I'm sorry, I missed part of that.
How can
Melinda.
women stay included in the AI or tech shift?
Oh, okay. So I think you said in the AI space, in the AI era.
Yes.
I think so. Thank you, Melinda. I think there's multiple ways, right? We're finding that this is a prime opportunity for innovation and new women business startups, because when oftentimes when we're looking at that collective global view and we're building out these ecosystems, we have founders that know how to create startups. We have women entrepreneurs that are tech evangelists and innovators. We have others that know how to harness the AI related technology in support of business model innovation, global innovation, and every industry sector around the world. So our answer is don't go it alone. Build partnerships and synergies and use this runway of multiple years into the future to make sure that you have a jump start on this vital AI economy that we're creating around the globe.
Yeah, Dr. Ronna, thank you for your valuable time for answering my questions.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh, could you please stay on the backstage and join in the next session?
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.